Okay, welcome back guys. Yeah, I'm going to do an update on the C5-R. A while ago I had said I wasn't going to do any more updates on it and just film a final when it was finally done, but it's taking too long. I know you guys have been seeing it in the background on all my videos and probably wondering, well, what's the story? What's the hang-up? What's taking so long? And I'll explain that in just a second. But this was brought to light this morning. I was watching Scale Modeling channel, and Tom is starting the C7-R, and it was just, gosh, it was just enough to wake me up. Now, I've been picking away at this, as we all will. You know, if you have a model in front of you, you're gonna pick away at it. But I certainly didn't finish it. I'll go over a few things that are new. As you can see on the glass, I went through all the trouble of masking that off and getting it painted properly, and I'm happy with the result. Those are not glued in yet, of course, because I still have to put a clear coat on the body. And what I'm going to do, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do exactly what I did on the wing. If you look at the finish on the wing, see there? Now what that is, it's future. And the reason why I want to use future is because I like that finish. It is not a gloss, and it is not a satin. It is right in the middle. And just this little test here has proven that you can put future over decals. And so I'm going to do that. And so I'm going to clean off the body really good, get all the dust off of there, and then slather on the future. And be very careful, because if I go to do all this detail work, the clear coat has to be on. Now let me explain what the hang-up has been. I know that, you know, originally Chris and I had done a kind of a buddy build where I sent him the Days of Thunder car and he sent me this. And he of course finished his right away, and oh, that was maybe a decade ago, and I didn't finish mine. Now I was moving along pretty good, and then there was a kind of a stop when we got into details. And the issue I was having is that I was horribly addicted to coffee, and especially the brand that I was on made me really shaky, and I wasn't able to do detail work like what's going to have to be done around these windows. There. See that? That all has to be done in black. And you can't go out of the lines. So this is going to be very delicate work. All these little clips have to be painted silver. I think they are silver or black. And then if I remember when I was at Modelpalooza, somebody had built one of these, and it looked really good, but there were problems with it. Now when he went to go paint in there, I think it's supposed to be silver or whatever you need to paint, he missed all over the place, and he got it looked terrible. It really did, and I don't want to do that. Now a year ago I was not capable of doing that, but since then good grief, I actually lettered tires. And that is because I am free from the coffee addiction and able to do the detailed stuff. Now, speaking of which, if you remember the valve covers, remember they say Corvette on them? And I was debating whether or not to try to paint those. Boy, you know, I'm glad I didn't try to paint those, because they're totally hidden. There's things on this kit, like for example the drive shaft and the back of the transmission. It all looks really good, but it's in that tunnel. You can't see it from the top or the bottom. It's just totally gone. And you can't see the valve covers. Can't see any of that. But as you can tell, I got the decals on the tires, and the chassis is pretty much all together. There, we've got some parts here. The mirrors, side mirrors there, I painted them with the Molotow pen. One of the greatest inventions ever. I've got that thing there. I've got to remember where that goes. I've got to try to get that in. I've got that piece there. It's a little bit of a mystery at the moment. It may not have all its parts when it's done, basically. But, I've got to do the headlights. They're not in there yet. And so we're sitting here at about 95% done. Maybe more like 93 if you realize how much trouble the fine detail work is going to be for me. It's not something I'm going to be able to sit down in one sitting and do. Now the taillights are in. That's new since last update, I think. But I understand. It's time to finish it. And so I am vowing to get that body cleaned and get the future on it, because that's the holdup. I can't do the detail work until the clear coat is on. And so that will be done, and this really will be the last official update. Just wanted to give you all a look at it, because the final video, I've got a camera that will film in 4K, and I want to film the final episode with in 4K with music and everything. And there will be no narration on that one, because you guys have seen it plenty of times, and you'll remember from this video to that video what is done and hopefully what's not done. Hopefully not what's not done. And that will be it. But I will just be panning across it in 4K. Maybe put it on the turntable, and that will be the next video. But this is the final detailed look in progress update. And so, yeah, guys, I'm sorry it's taken so long, but I am now dedicated to finishing this. Maybe even this week, if not the latest next week. I'm also working on the dune buggy. I'm trying not to, I've got the two levels here, and I'm trying not to let the camera show the upper level, because there's a Trans Am update coming and a dune buggy update coming, but I don't want to show anything in progress up there, so just this. Anyway, I appreciate you all watching, and stay tuned. Sooner or later, the final video will be up for this, and as well as the updates on the other ones. So thanks for watching, guys.